doing here?
How are you doing here?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
And I'm going back to work on
the
not the S-Rock.
I've been saying that so much
for so long on that
machine.
Doing different things.
With it, you know.
Anyway, this is the Dell 1525 laptop. And I decided it's got the Bane 8, and I decided to set it up for Mom to use while I upgrade her system. And I'm really thinking seriously about putting the Bane 9 probably on hers because it uses a lot less resources than Fedora 26. And I was going to do 27 because it's a new version right now. 28, I think. It's in beta. I think it's going to come out this summer. So, you know. Going to do it. I want the newest one I can get. You know, full release, not beta. So that it'll last as long as it can. Before I have to do it again. And especially involved doing it for Mom because you know, I can't just put on the operating system and her personal stuff. I have to do every little detail in it. Oh, it'll probably take me. The way it goes with me. It might probably take me 2 weeks to do hers. It's already taken me way over a week. I had so much trouble. I finally figured out the power supply. Yeah, I believe it's going bad. Either that or the processor really doesn't work well in the motherboard. It's not in the list, but it is the same type. That should work. And it works fine, it seems, but it crashes. And it always looks like it's a video memory crash. It looks like. That's the only reason why I think maybe it could be the processor, but that could also be because the power supply. I've seen that happen several times on the power supply. The same look on the screen without having. Only thing I really can do. I mean, you look in the BIOS when you first start it up, and the voltages are all good, but that doesn't mean the amperages are strong enough. And also once it's after it's crashed, if I ever did reboot it right away and check in the BIOS, I've forgotten. It's probably one of my old videos. I didn't do it lightly because I didn't want to keep the thing. It obviously isn't going to work. So I've got most. Let me see. Let me go on the desktop here. I've got most of what I need done. Let me reload my preview again before I move on because I don't want to be, I make so many mistakes these days with everything. I don't want to make sure I'm showing what I'm planning on showing. Okay, now I'm going to close this browser so that it doesn't overwhelm this machine. That'll help. Okay. Now, remote desktop, which kept lagging on me yesterday. And I looked, actually, when I booted it, I booted into my screen name so that I could do some things in here. And I forgot to, in order to get it, well, let me get back here. In order to get, this is the IP address of the wired connection. And it's what I want because it's 100 megabits. Yeah, this laptop goes 100 megabits for the wired and 54 for the wireless, and it'll always take the wireless by default for some reason. That this KRFB remote desktop server app, or it's a settings app. It just controls whatever remote desktop server you have on your machine. Is what I'm gathering. So anyway, what I've been the quick trick I figured is just to right click and click on that to disable wireless. Open up, KRFB. And then you can re-enable it. I like to have them both because then if I want to log into my routers, that wireless will, it's connected to, well, right now they're both connected to the same router, but usually it's not. Usually the wire I use is on one of, like the third router down, I think. And being the last one on the daisy chain means I can connect to all three routers. I was doing it the other day. So that works out good. Anyway, I just keep them both connected most of the time. And, oh, I forgot, when I was on her username, well, that's not what I need to do. When I was on her username, let's get out of there, get on a different, it's moving slow already. It's not showing, it's working on the machine, but not here. Dang it. And anyway, that's the other thing is I was trying to figure out some way to, see, yeah, I'm on desktop, so you can see what I'm doing everywhere up in here. I don't see anything in the settings. Reverse connections, you can do that there too. Oh, I was talking about that the other day. I don't see anything that would allow me to change the resolution and stuff. Well, one of the apps, some of the apps I've used, you can change the resolution and the colors. You can drop them down so that you'll help with this problem. Actually, it's just basically frozen. It's not. It's still connected. I can see that it's working, but the video's frozen. So this one, I'm gonna be careful. I close the wrong thing. I want to try the other one. The one, Tiger VNC. This one is. I like this one the best. Remote Desktop Viewer. Vinegary is what its real name is right there. But for some reason, I might have to check into what server's on there, but not right now, but later when I get it back from her. Maybe I used to use Vino, and I didn't have these kind of problems very often. But so I just leave it like that. I won't, try. I definitely don't want. Well, I don't even know how to get out of full screen in this. Actually, I don't know how to get into full screen. First thing was, okay, so I forgot, and I turned it on, and it took the Wi-Fi. Well, it wouldn't even work from the very beginning. I mean, you couldn't even see the whole background. You could just barely see this part right here whenever I logged in. So, okay, that ain't going to work. So then I did what I was trying to talk about there. I disabled Wi-Fi. Had to close this app. It won't automatically change itself. You can even just disabling and re-enabling gives you an error. So I have to completely shut down. Make sure you shut it down. You got to do quit. If you go up there and close or hit the X in this KRFB app, it still doesn't shut down. It'll still be right. That's the icon for it. It'll still be running. So, or you can click. Whoops. That makes it minimize. You can right click and hit quit. So. Makes it, makes it not minimize and not even show up in the, I didn't know it would do that. I'll leave it like that. I like that. Yeah, then it doesn't show up on here at all. You won't accidentally mess it up, but if you want to see it, you can do that. I hadn't noticed that. So now I like to have full use of all my little workspaces here. Okay, now the other thing is on the wireless settings. Okay, let's look at the connection information. No, that's not it. Edit connections, and I went on the wireless, and it was already connected just like it should when I'm in this is in my screen name, not hers. I hit edit, and I got to looking through here. Yeah, on the general, all users may connect to this network. Well, that was not checked, so I checked it. So I think she'll now have her wireless connection. It should be. So we'll see when I go in there. And I noticed I have a couple of extra wireless connections. Actually, I think I better get rid of those. Like this one is a duplicate. This is the 2.4 gigahertz on the D-Link, and that's what I'm using. Now this one just says, it must have been like, I don't know why it did that, but it doesn't see the SSID is right, but the name is different. And I don't want it using, kind of shows up at the same one. Well, that one's the same. But anyway, I'm gonna delete that one. Yeah, it says 2 months ago since it was used. Okay, I don't want it connecting on the wrong one. The wrong one on her for sure. Yeah, this one says doesn't say all users. Let's see, D-Link 103C. I don't know if that's the 5 gigahertz or something or what that is. I think this thing will do. Oh, DDWRT. Okay, I know what that is. That's the virtual network in my Linksys. But I wouldn't want it to try to connect to that either automatically, so I'm gonna. It says it never connected to it anyway. That one there, yeah, I'm just going to take everything out because what I have figured out is, especially when you have them saying automatically connect, if they say that, I mean, I could just have done that, but this is the one I want to use. It's the 2.4 gigahertz is strongest, and it'll go the furthest. And this is only a 54 megabit chip in this laptop anyway, so it doesn't matter if you've got the more, the faster 5 gigahertz, it won't help you any, because even if you connect to it. So, and as a matter of fact, I read some stuff saying that if you let as they say, older device, a legacy device connect to it, it will slow everything on it down, unless you do the settings in a certain way inside the router. And I don't think I ever did that. I just left it on auto. I think if you turn it off of auto, I don't know, you do a bunch of stuff, but I'm not here to do the router right now. So that's the way I want that. So there you go. That's the things I was wondering about and more about my Wi-Fi connection in her username. So yeah, you definitely would want to, if you got a slower, that's half of, just a tiny bit more than half of my 100 megabits wired, so that's definitely not going to work for my remote desktop, because that's working okay right now. It probably slow down after a while like it did last night. Now on here, I want to go ahead and install. I got a note. Do that before I log in with her name and go back to kind of finishing it, hopefully just finishing up. So let's see, Synaptic. Put these to where I can see them. Did something wrong. Oh, I bet it's stuck in that. I bet I didn't do something wrong. I bet it's stuck in that. It didn't move to the other. Go to a different window. I just found a place to type. Yep, it's stuck in caps lock. So I'm going to caps lock on my keyboard. It shows it to be on, but that turns it off on the laptop. And then when I get back on my machine, it'll be in caps lock, and it'll cost me a pain. I don't like that, but I don't know what to do about it. I think it's because I've got the laptop keyboard, the wireless, and this one, and well, this is on remote desktop. Anyway, I think they're all fighting each other for control. Seems that laptops are the only ones that do. Now I still did something wrong. Is it going to be okay? That's okay. Okay. I must have just typed it wrong, top of everything else. I'm looking at it. Let's see. There. I just was. Somehow I was typing one key or two, one or two keys off. I don't know what I was doing. Wasn't typing what I had in my head that I was reading, evidently. But now we're getting there. Okay. So once it gets open, I'm gonna. I thought I saw that. Well, at least when I was in her screen name, I did not see ClamAV. I think that in domain 8 here, I think if it's installed, it's available to all users. Well, actually, everything installed is available to all users in Fedora, and I'm pretty darn sure it is in domain 2. It's just that you can't install from RPMs in Fedora 26. But I did install that fax software from the deb file, and it worked. In her name. I want to see if that shows up in my name too. That might be the only thing that should be different. And is that going to open up? Hasn't opened up at all yet. Or maybe it didn't ever. Maybe it didn't ever take. Maybe my keyboard's still acting up on me. I just can't see it. Let's see. Let me go in here this way. That's actually quicker than doing the search. That's one that you can get to. There's something right there. Well, that usually just means... Huh. I don't know what that means. Well, let's see. Thing is, you can't make that where you can see it no matter what you do. I'm typing in the right password. It's got to be the keyboard. Okay, I'll try it on the wireless keyboard. Let's make sure it's typing right. It's not. Okay, that must not be the way to fix it then. I can't. If I hit caps lock there, okay, now it shows caps lock on the other keyboard. Now, where's that caps lock? I guess I need to turn it off on the... I remember I turned it... Where is it? There. Okay, now, there's a light on the wireless keyboard to say that it's not on. Okay, now it's good. Maybe now I'll be... I think that's the most... I never did get it straightened out. Okay. So you can't just... That didn't straighten it out. Cancel. Cancel it and try again and with opening up the app. Okay, now. Oh. Shift is... Why is Shift doing that? I guess the only reason I haven't noticed this is because I've been usually doing this before. What am I doing? Oh, Synaptic. Oh. Usually Shift is not. It's hung up. There's not supposed to be a shift lock, but it's locked into shift. Let me look on the laptop and see. Let me get over to the cameras while I do this. Okay. Now, let me switch to the when I'm moving around so much. There. I kept hitting it and it wouldn't do anything.
Okay, now let's get rid of the SM58. Okay. I do not know what the crazy thing is doing. But yeah, I've got, okay, cam 2, there we go. I guess I did most of my typing on the little wireless keyboard and didn't run into that. I see two blue lights on over here. Yeah, I don't know what they mean, but they're both little locks, 9 lock and A lock. So I think, oh, it's back into caps lock again. Let's try it over here on this keyboard. Okay, now I think maybe that works on the keyboard. Okay. Well, I switched it on the actual laptop this time, and now maybe it's back to normal. So maybe you have to switch it on the laptop. Yeah. Okay, now my shift works on my keyboard on the remote desktop. Man, that is aggravating. Okay, let's go back to desktop.
Okay, now we're back to both mics. My switch is not, if I do it fast, it's not catching. Now, as mixed up as everything is right now, I'm going to go ahead and be safe and check my stream again. I know, it's a pain in the butt. But it's better than streaming for a long time with the messed up stream. Okay. Now then. Okay, that's my desktop. That's what I'll need to know. All right, now. Okay. Now I think I can open up Synaptic like I want to do. And log in. You have to put in the root password to use Synaptic. There, that's more like it. Thought I had that all figured out yesterday. Well, that's loading up. See if I guess there's not any upgrade. I think it's already loaded up. Okay. Thought I was going to have to wait for it to check for updates and everything. I guess it didn't have any. Okay, so I want to see if ClamAV is installed. Because it just may not be. Yeah, this one I didn't run any. I didn't have any install scripts to run on it because I haven't used Debian enough to build any in years. That's how I learned how to build install scripts, was on Debian H&1/2. I think it was 4.5 or 5 or something. First year that Artist X distro came out, they said, here's how we've got it almost finished, but here's how you can use it now if you want. They said, download and install Debian H&1/2 and then install. It just said you can just copy all these apps, the list of the app names. They were all listed one after another with no returns in there, like I've said before, and how you build it. I build my install scripts and space in between each app name. So I copied and pasted it from their website into my terminal, and after 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever, I had them all installed. They said this will get you 98% or so, and everything working in it, and it did. There was a few apps that didn't run here and there, but they weren't anything I cared about or knew exactly what they were. Okay, ClamAV did not show up. I was waiting on it. Let's try Clam. See, the real app is spelled ClamAV, yeah. But the graphic user interface that I like to use for it. Okay, not too many. See if there's anything else in there that I might want. See what that is. Oh, integrate with, no, that's for servers for attachment scanning. It's got some add-ons that'll do email and all kinds of stuff. Now, there's one right there. There's a graphical front end, but it didn't. I never saw it work as well for me. I guess I could try it again, but oh, and that's a plug-in so that you can use it in Nautilus File Manager. Right-click and scan. That's kind of cool. I think that'll make it do ClamTK. It did several things. I'm just going to ahead and do it, because they have to go together. Then a mail plug-in. Let's see. All messages that are received from a POP account. What? Due to licensing issues. does not link against any libraries from ClamAV. The plugin before requires ClamAV daemon running either a local host or somewhere else. Oh, they get to do some setup for that. There's the rest. You think ClamAV is actually not even available in... let's just install this and then look for it. It might not be available in Debian. I don't know. But this is what I want. Because I want to be able to scan any downloads she does or any of us do or anything like that. Just to make sure, like I try to always remember to scan any file before like if I email a file to somebody, I scan it. Because you may don't know where that file's been before you got it. Even though, and the thing is you won't notice if you did have an I've had infected Windows files on my system sometimes for a long time because if I didn't scan my downloads and it's not going to bother the Linux system, so not unless it's a super sophisticated one. So you don't know, but it'll bother a Windows system if you send it to somebody or put it on your own, like how I got and create. Well, I'm going to go into the whole story, but anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what happened to my Windows 7 systems. Some old downloads, because it was webcam apps that I'd had. Some of them I'd had for years and had never tried them out. I just downloaded them over time and said I'll try that out one day. Now let's go to ClamAV again. Let's try it this way. Try it separated like that. I think maybe it's not. Yeah, it's not available. Okay, so you can't do that. But you can do ClamAV. Let's open it up first before we go do any more. Well, no, let's finish our installations. I'll put her passing Skype. I decided to do that. Actually, I use Skype on the website now. That's what I'll do. I'll put it on the website for her because the app's probably... Well, it is on here, and I guess it's not outdated, but they act like they're going to try to phase out the apps for Linux, I think. All right, for Windows 2, I guess. Test Fax again. Make sure the thing's not asleep. Yeah. Now let's look and see if I got anything else that I need to do. Rename. Oh yeah, I want to install Rename. That is kind of it's an app on its own, but you can get to it in Crusader, my favorite file manager, and I tried to use it yesterday and it was not installed. It said you're gonna have to install it. So I'm just gonna do these one at a time like that. See, I wish I had a script for my favorite apps for Debian. Okay, install Rename. Uninstall iScan. That's not on anything right anymore, so I did not even use it. I think it's already installed. I didn't notice my thing is not refreshing. I guess I'll close my view there and then open it up in a second. Okay. While I'm looking at notes, we'll get off of the desktop anyway. Yeah, iScan. Check port forward. Let jump out of the door system. I'm having to read through my old notes because I didn't want to rewrite a whole new set. So I probably wouldn't have got it right anyway. Yeah, I think some of those firewall forwardings, I mean, so far they're not hurting anything, but I might want to just check them out. It's not good to have extra stuff that you don't need. You might. It might even make you vulnerable to something, you know. I might have accidentally hit that. I'm not 100% sure when I put those forwards in there if they were just for the local network, for the internet, or for both. I don't want internet ports forwarded to anything but 80, you know. That's it. And what is it? 80 for regular HTTP, and then whatever one is for HTTPS. That's only what's on. Well, actually, I don't need that either because I don't have any secure pages on my website. There's no logins or anything like that. That's really hard to do too. Well, in HTML. Actually, I said that before. I started building my websites in '98. Got them finished probably 99, early 2000. Yeah, 99. Well, I kept working on adding stuff to them all the way up to. Well, I mean, I've updated them all. So I've one of the apps that I use to edit websites in HTML, it automatically convert, when HTML5 came out, it had a function to automatically convert the HTML to HTML5. So I've done that. So they're not like grossly outdated. They just look old-fashioned. That can be true from 98. To me, that just ain't old. That was last week. But that's because I'm old. Thunderbird. File association. So I've done that. I mean, hopefully that's all working. I guess I should make sure that the documents open up in the right apps. And I did check our I checked through her password in Firefox to make sure that was all the way it needed to be. Last night before I went to bed. After I got off the video. Because I didn't want to show that on the video. Okay, so I'm going to go back and give file associations another look. I'll do that after I open up ClamAV and get it. I just installed it. So let's get one thing at a time here. More. I stay with something the better I'll do. Getting it done. Okay. Open this. I closed that to give the network a rest. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, so I haven't. Did I not install K-rename yet? I thought I did. I just got it selected, but I didn't install it. I guess I was looking to see if there was more things to install. That's just one little app. It doesn't have dependencies because they're already there. Well, it would have, I guess, if Crusader and its dependencies weren't already installed. Okay. So, I'll open up Crusader and show what K-rename is. There's the icon for it. I'd already put that up there. I mean, those are the ones I always add. And let's say if I wanted to, rename some of these files, you select them, and then open up K-rename, and then you can, and this is the kind of the simple rename, and there's an advanced where you can even type in your old characters and stuff. That $sign means use the original name. There's a lot of cool things you can do. You can really creatively rename your files. If I can spread that out a little bit. But on the laptop, you don't have as much room as you do on the desktop to see the width of long file names. But anyway, you could say like, and then that's what you would get, So, close. Now let's go to documents, I guess. Send the videos. Oh, yeah, see, I've been using this to edit videos, so there's some videos in there. Let's leave it like that. Those are the things I had downloaded and installed from OBS Studio. I tried to install it, and I don't think I was able to do it. Uh-oh. Wrong search. Yeah, I think it wouldn't install, but I guess I didn't delete it because I didn't. I think maybe you had to install. You might even have to compile it or something. That's probably why. Skype for Linux. That's how I got that on there. It's Firefox 54. Looks like I might be running Firefox in portable mode on this one. Let me look and see on mine. I am. That's why it's up to the brand new version. So I may need to. Well, I could do that, but it's already outdated. I can go and download. On hers, I might want to download the brand new one That's why my Firefox on here, I was looking the other day expecting it to be a version or two behind, and it was exactly the same, because I already decided, I don't want it to be behind. So I already, so I'm not actually running Firefox ESR. I'm using Firefox Quantum 58.2, the newest one. That's why I have that. And I put, for her, I put in her shortcuts, I put the Firefox ESR. Okay. So what I need to do, and I put TeamViewer on there. Oh, I tried to. i386, yeah, it won't work. I could try again. I'll probably, let's see. Oh, it doesn't have the unzip for tar. Oh, XZ. I was going to say, what? It always unzips tars, but that's an XZ. So, open with, try ARC. Yeah, I've tried this. I think I have pretty good memories of trying that. I think you have to manually install it, and then, like, you might even have to compile it, but, or either way, oh, I think you just run TV setup, that one right there, yeah. And it gets an error. I mean, I could try it, but probably I would have already done it. There it is. I've already done it, but it won't run. TV setup, TeamViewer desktop. Well, let's just see right quick. Could be, okay, I'll just try to run it. TeamViewer, checking setup, starting the process. Home DOM TeamViewer, error while loading, shared. Yeah, shared libraries, so it didn't need to be, or it didn't help now because I started out with it small like that, I guess. I've already tried to fix that. I tried to manually fix that, like go to the Synaptic and download that stuff. I think I tried some commands from their website. I didn't delete it because I wanted to go back and try again. That's what it is. But I think I finally figured out this is a 386, and that's not going to run on this because it's 64-bit. That's the whole problem. So I don't need that in there to confuse me anymore. Okay, I don't think I need Firefox 54 anymore either. Skype for Linux, I'll leave it in case it breaks and I want to try to reinstall it. OBS, I don't know. I installed that FFmpeg for something. It was for a browser add-in. That's stuff about my router. Config file. Yeah, you know what? I want that in my public. Let's see if I can end up sharing that on the network and well, let's go ahead and put it over there. I'm going to move them this time because, well, now I'm going to copy them. I'm afraid I'll forget they're ever there. Okay, now I'm going to try sharing them like I did with her public folder. I think when you say share, but you do need to make the, well, you really need to make it full permissions, and if you copy it and then it doesn't have the permissions that it's usable, then it's not going to be any good. Oh, I forgot. Okay, share. Oh, install Samba. Crap. It's the only way you can. Why would Linux system use Windows file sharing only? Or I don't care. This is this is KDE apps, so they're only for Linux. I mean, could not be installed. I didn't think so. So I don't think I'll be able to get to them even on the. I might be able to get to them from each other's folder, but I won't be able to get to them from. I just have to copy them to my USB drive. Guess I could do that right now, but guess there's no reason not to, because that's stuff I'm going to need. That's my backups. I'll do it while I'm thinking about it. trying to get situated again. Okay. Hopefully I'm situated now. Alright, so put the Seagate on the left. Well, first let's make those the same. Seagate on the left. If you kind of keep, if I just keep keeping okay, downloads. Now if I say, well, what you can do is hit, see, and I always, if I just leave it like that, then it's quick. But I also realize there's a jillion downloaded files in there, so you can also select everything, right click, and it'll speed it up. Synchronize directories, but it's still going right to left already. So that's why I do that, of putting them in a certain order. Don't have to, it doesn't matter. It's just that if you keep swapping which side you sync, if I keep swapping which side I sync from all the time, which I used to really do, because I had no problem with it, of getting mixed up. Over the years, as I got older, as my health brain got worse, I got to having problems. That's why I do that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Kate Live videos. Let's do that too. I don't put that drive in there. I thought I could just keep going back, and it'd be easier. I may have already done this. I don't know. Video, darn it. There. Videos. Right click, synchronize. I kind of got away from doing the right click synchronize because in Fedora 23, okay, I've already done that. I believe it was, or maybe one of the other ones before that. Documents. I'm off on a sidetrack, but I'm not going to make it a long one. Come on, okay. Oh, those are going to double things up too much because I already have those. I copied them from my drive to there. The only thing that might be good is the Bane 8 info. I've already done that. Let's see, public. You don't need to do that. Pictures, where'd it go? Pictures. There's going to be screenshots, I'm sure of that. Okay, right to left. Okay, but it should go. That Seagate drive's pretty good. You can write to it pretty darn fast. That's one reason why another reason why I've got to doing this, and as much as it's kind of a pain, I used to just type and connect each machine on the network. And I used to didn't have as much trouble doing it. Come on, did I hit the wrong key? Oh, it went so fast I didn't see it. But the Seagate drive, you can write to it so much faster than you can on the network. So it's worth it really to just unplug it from your machine and plug it into the other one. There we go. I didn't think there was that many files. I was like, why is it taking so long to read through, compare them? But sometimes, you can take 30 minutes and more to compare if you. It's kind of funny on Fedora 14 and like the older, nothing to do. Okay, on the older ones, it could really end up taking a long time if you just hit the same thing. So if you just do that, hit compare, if there was a whole lot of files on either side. But in Fedora 23, it seems like if I've recently synced them, and even if I've rebooted or whatever, it can be a lot over here on this side or either side, but on the receiving side, that's how there's usually always more on my Seagate drive. So there can be a lot over on one side and not on the other, and it still does it fast, pretty fast. But so I kind of quit doing that. That and then some of the older like Fedora 14, it got to where it was crashing when you hit right-click and sync selected. It would crash the app. So it didn't used to, but it started doing that as it got older. It could have been because I had installed something that caused that. I don't know, because it didn't used to. I mean, well, unless an update caused it. Some update could have caused it, and then when they quit updating it altogether, it never got fixed. So I'm just picking a folder to get into. Okay, now, what was the other thing I wanted to do? Oh, so I got to do that when I get in her screen name anyway. I'm going to check her. Okay, so what I need to do now then is I want to open up Clam Antivirus, and that ClamTK is how I'm going to do that. There we go. I don't want to do any, I just want to do the settings. Now, I'll start with the settings, and then I'll set it to automatic update. This is quite a bit different than the see if we can get in there. Okay. There. Okay, scan for potentially unwanted pups. So they used to call them. They call them pups in VAST. They call them PAUs. Detect package binaries. Detect package binaries, password recovery tools, and more. Oh, that's completely different. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I have a lot of stuff like that. Well, but this finds Windows viruses. It's really, I mean, I guess it does both since it works in Linux, but just that I don't want it to. You got to be okay when you use Clam Antivirus. Don't ever have it automatically delete. You delete what it finds. You got to go through and look yourself, and especially if you select that. But that would be the kind of thing you definitely want it to find if it's in a Windows binary, you know. So, yeah, scan files beginning with a dot. Scan files larger than 20 megabyte for darn sure. Windows apps. Scan recursively. Check for updates to this program. Double click icons to activate. Oh, that's good because it messes me up if I don't do that. Okay. Directories back. Okay. Network. Shouldn't be anything to do in there. No proxy. Back. Scheduler. Let's see if that would work. Select a time to scan your home directory. Using a clock. Okay, so that's kind of hard to decide. 24-hour clock. What does that do? Oops. Select a time. So that's at 1 o'clock. Is that AM or PM? I think I wanted PM. That's 1 AM, right? Oh, okay, so that sets it. This might work. That's one thing I never could get it to. In Fedora, you had to install some particular apps to make it work. 1200 hours is what? Is that midnight or is that noon? I want it to be in the daytime because sometimes I am up all night, but not always. What's 1300 hours? Let's do 1400 hours. 24-hour clock. Why can't I do 12-hour clocks so I'll know what I'm doing? Check for the signatures. Okay, no, I just want it to do it when it opens up, so I'm not going to change that. Daily scan is scheduled. You are set to... What happened to my 1200 hours? Oh, I guess you have to say 12 or... I did it wrong. 40. There's no such thing as 40 o'clock, is there? Oh, I see. It went back to 0, so I'm going to leave it like it is. I think 1400 hours might be somewhere around 4 o'clock. And it is 1 minute till 4, so we'll try that. History, quarantine. There's nothing going to be in there. Updates. Update assistant. What? Okay. Yes. I want to make sure it automatically receives updates. So we'll leave it. Should just do it. Let's see. Okay, so I guess it'll update them. It may up, but what I was wondering is, will it automatically update if it sees it needs one before the scan or not? I think it does on the ClamAV, the ClamAV, scan a directory. That's cool. So if this works good and doesn't crash, I like it. I like it quite a bit. So let's say I want it. Well, let's don't do it now. It's 2 minutes till 4. 1 minute till 4. So I'm just going to. I don't want to close it because I'm afraid it'll stop what I want it to do from doing. But see, I'm in configuration though. Oops, I think I closed it. I want to make sure it's open. I mean, I'll find out later if it has to be open. Oh, okay. This time I'll just leave it in the middle like that. It doesn't have to be all big since it can't read anymore. And this in this screen. Okay, leave it like that. See if it runs. Should come up here. It's 4 now. We'll wait until 4:01 before we decide that I got the wrong time. Okay. And yeah, you can scan a directory. That'd be nice. And I don't think you can do it in Crusader, but I added that add-on that I could say, you know, right-click scan. Subversion. That's a repository. I don't know. I don't know why that's on there. I don't know. I don't remember putting it in there, but compress, create. I hardly ever use this stuff here except for to open with. User actions. I do that quite a bit, but there's usually not what I want in there. So I don't think it has. I don't think I set the time right, most likely, unless it just ain't going to work, even though it let me set it up. The ClamAV, it lets you set it up to automatic scan, but it doesn't work. I thought, well, but I did think it used to always give you a warning when you're trying to set it up, but I don't know. But it seems like. I don't know. It seems like maybe it depends on what system you're on, what distro. Maybe sometimes some of them will let you set it up and it just doesn't work. Or maybe it'll tell you and it won't work or something. I don't remember now. There's the ClamTK, probably the definitions and stuff. Oh, it's the whole folder for it. So, but I forgot what file manager it was. Places, if you like to use the regular Windows Explorer type file manager, just go to Places and you can go to everything. And that's a quick, well, there's a quick way to get to your, see, I just can't stand these file managers that are like this, but it's a quick way to get to stuff. And if I just want to look and I'm not really going to do anything, I might do that. So if I wanted to see if I could scan Dell from here. Which one is this? Sorry. Okay. No. Well, let's see which file manager this is, because it was a particular one. Oh, that's the default in Mate. KJ. The one it said was, I forgot. Let's go here. I guess it's installed. I mean, maybe it's not even installed. Might not be. It was a one that I'm familiar with, but yeah, I guess it wouldn't tell you whether or not you have that app. If I want to know, I'll have to go do it that way. See, I knew I could type that password. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the update utility, ClamAV. That's part of it. Okay, now where was it? Oh, Nautilus. Nautilus, okay. May not have Nautilus installed. Let's find out. There's those definitions. Let's go see if we can find it in here. Nope. Okay, so I probably don't have it. There, Nautilus. I'm going to install it just so I'll have that functionality, or so that if Mom decides to use a normal, I don't think she would really, but I don't know what she does when I'm not around. She might decide to open up this other. I could make it the default. She ain't going to do a virus scan on her own anyway. Oh well, it'll make that work. I'm going to do it. And if I can remember all the steps it takes, then I'll have it available to me. What's the point in having a plug-in for an app that you don't have installed? The KJ file manager is okay if I do have to use it sometimes. I think, yeah, it's one of the ones you can open it up, and then you can make it into a twin panel. It's the twin panel part that I just like so much. Oh, now it's not refreshing. No, don't close that. Let's close our remote desktop. Okay. I don't know. I think closing it for a minute might allow the router to clear some cache. I think it's the router. I'm not sure. That's giving the problem. Not even sure. I know last night when I just closed it and opened it real quick, it didn't help. Well, that did seem to help. There was a list of apps there. I guess I shouldn't think it's going to go super fast. So that did not scan anything, but I don't know what, 4 o'clock, 1400 hours. I guess I'll look. I'll check my stream and look. Because I can set it for like 30 minutes to an hour ahead, and then maybe it'll start up. I don't know if it'll start up on her screen name or not, but we'll see. It seems like if I've recently synced them. Okay, we're doing good. What did I do? I was trying to close that, and there's actually a audio mute there. Now I can't do it. Maybe you can only do it. Sorry. Now, I took a cold pill right before I started. Usually, well, I won't talk about gross allergy stuff, but no matter what I do, I have trouble. Let's see. $1,400 hours. Okay, 1,200 or 1,200 is noon. 1,300 is 1. 1,400 is 2. 3 is 1,500. 20 more rows. I want to see. There we go. Well, that'll tell you what it is right now then, I guess. Trying to put that in my favorites. It doesn't want to work. I guess I have a time folder. I have a time travel folder. Maybe I should put it in there. I should have like a conversion. Well, I know I have conversions folders. Time zones. online atomic clock. That's not really it, but conversion. Sometimes it doesn't work good, especially as many bookmarks, but I won't give up. I just keep saving my bookmarks. That's where I'll put it. Okay, so 1609:43 instead of 4:09. Okay, now I get it. So that's what time it is in military time right now. What's off? Off and on? I don't know. Oh, that. What is that? 1, 2, 3. I don't know what that is. Okay. So if I wanted 430, let's say 430, then I want 0400. Well, that's 4 a.m. I don't want a.m. I want p.m. 1600. How do you do? Okay, I'll have to. How would you do 1600? Would it be 1630 or 16? Yeah, I guess it would have to be 1630. I'll do 1700 just to be safe. Okay, so now we're going to go in here and we're going to set that auto scheduler again. It won't do the copy and paste. So we'll have to do 17. Oh, it's still in the. No, it's not. Paste mode. Go away. Go away. Now. 1700. Alright. Oh, first you got to turn it off, and then you do 1700. I would do 1730. I'll try it. I think that would be it, wouldn't it? Yeah. No, that might be too soon because I might not be in her screen name. Oh, it would be better. Okay, 1730. Apply. Okay, close. Now we'll just leave that like it is. Changes applied. And you can look at the details and see the terminal output for your what's happening. If you have an error, definitely look in there. You can right click, select all, copy, and save that. I don't need it because I didn't have any trouble, but definitely helps you if you need to go work on an error, try to fix what it is. I mean, even if you don't want to work in the command line, you can use that to figure it out, and then say you've got conflicting apps. That's a common error, so you can figure it out find out which ones are conflicting, and figure out what you want, what you don't want out of that, what you can, how to, and then use the GUI interface to deselect. They didn't get installed, so you'll just deselect them. Now, if you have like one time I think it was on this system, I had a broken app that wouldn't. So you can go up here and say, whoops, I don't want that. Let's say I'll go to all. Let's get rid of those search results now. You can say, I guess you got to be in something. There we go. Edit, fix broken packages. I don't think there are any. It usually tells you, and then you would hit apply. Now I had one that couldn't be fixed, and so I saw what it was, and I thought, well, I don't have to have that, and I want your updates won't work if you have a broken package, and so I want my updates to work. So I tried to uninstall it, and I couldn't, and then usually that would work, but for some reason it didn't work, and then I was installing something else, and it was a conflicting package. Oddly enough, it was a conflicting package with one of the ones I wanted to install, so it was gonna uninstall it. And I said, okay, good. That's what I was trying to do 5 minutes ago anyway. And I think I was trying to install a different package that would do the same thing, as that one. And so fixed it, and now my updates work again. So I set it for what? I ended up setting it for. Oh, I set it for 4:30. So see. I'm not going to sit here and wait on it, but I think I may be ready to get out of this screen name and get into hers. Oh, I don't know if this will work in other screen names. I don't know if that scheduling, you might have to schedule it in there. I don't know if it will work when the app's not open. It should. It would only make sense. Okay, yeah, test the fax again. Well, I do want to do that. Could do that in my, actually I wanted to test the scanner and the fax in my screen name and make sure it was looked like it was going to work. I think I'll do that, and I have to go turn it on. If I can still, I think I can get in there. I'll have to look and see. File associations, check that again, but I'll have to do that in her name. Okay. So, just the fax, okay. Now, we'll just leave that like that and see if it shows up any action. You know, it should really just, the regular ClamAV, it opens up something in the, whatever you call that menu where everything that's going on is showing up, and it would also, you know, like do drop downs when it would do, actually it was helpful, but it was aggravating because it would do a drop down about so big the whole time it was scanning, and it would show you what file it was scanning, and then it would, you know, especially if it found something, it would show it, or suspected something. And then with this, you really got to realize that most of it's going to be suspected, but it's okay. Especially if you set it strict like I did, really strict. So you got to go through and say, okay, that's fine. A lot of, like almost all Java apps come up and when I use the ClamAV interface in Fedora, and it probably would do the same thing here. So anything that I downloaded that had Java in it, it would show up as a potential problem. So you gotta, it's not, you can't just let it do it for you like you can with Windows virus scanners. You gotta learn how to use it. But if you see something that says it has a Trojan in it or something, you can pretty well bet that unless there are a few technically Trojan apps that aren't malicious, but most of them are going to be, you know. If you don't know, I would get rid of them. So you don't need them on any system, even though it might not hurt your Linux. There are plenty of Trojans that can hurt Linux, so you can in fact, you know, get into them. So what I'll do is get over here. I'll switch to my wireless. Guess. No, I won't switch to the wireless. I'll just switch the camera until I get back. Because what I'm going to do is go turn that on. But I got to take a quick break at the same time. So you know what? I won't leave it on camera. I won't leave it on desktop. I'm just going to leave the room. So all you people who aren't actually watching right now, you can watch and see if anything happens there. Well, I won't be gone for just like 2 minutes. All right. Sorry. Haven't left yet. I got worried about what I did and what I was showing. Okay.
Okay, I'm almost back. I'm here, but I've got to get situated. Okay, well, I am back, but I don't have my glasses on because my glasses got dirty. So I thought I'd switch over here, so I can have a presence here, and show the desktop too. That's what I did. But I cleaned them. Okay, I did get the scanner printer turned on. I better hurry or it'll be asleep. Forgot about that. I think it goes to sleep fastest. The scanning section, I think, goes to sleep faster than any other thing on it. It seemed like when I was trying to use it before. Of course, it might have been just because I was fiddling around trying to get things set up and make it what I wanted done. Well, it takes. You know, and you got to type the numbers in and all that. Well, I should already have that ready to just click and go. Well, when I went out, the door was shut. I didn't think I was going to get in there. And then when I came back down the hall, it was. So I could get in there. Okay, so hang on. Okay, let me get back on the desktop again. Yeah, at 4:30, it's 4:24. I was expecting it to have maybe ran while I was gone. I was wondering why I left it on. Left the stream on and didn't go out of it or whatever. To do my little break. As soon as you stop a stream that's working, then you don't know if it's working. When you start again, you've got to do all your video and audio tests again. So it's got me more and more. I don't want to stop them unless I have to now. I mean, I used to worry about them being long, but I don't care anymore. Again, so it's got me more and more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I set it for 1730. That's what I set it for. So it is now 1625. Oh. I should have set it for 1625. Well, I still have time. Yeah, because I'd like to know if that's going to run. Scheduler. I should have set it for, let's turn it off. Set it for 1630. 1630. This is why I hate this military time thing. I just can't get the handle on it. I've tried a few times over the years. But my memory banks for numbers was very limited. I remember my mom's phone number because I grew up with that phone number. And oddly, I remember my Google phone number because it's so similar. I was lucky and was able to get one that's very similar. Same number, but with a different area code. And I usually can remember my social and my driver's license. Somehow, I don't even know how I didn't even try to memorize them, but I guess I used them enough in my 62 years of life that I've learned them ever since I was a young adult. Of course, right when somebody asks me or something, of course it escapes my mind, but usually it does come back. But, okay,
So maybe it will kick off here in a couple of minutes and start scanning. Now the thing I want to try to do is scan. I mean, yeah, well, let's try faxing first, okay. And I think this app here, eFax GTK, I think it might do it. You're gonna have to do that every time you open it. I don't think that's it was in the, it opened, but my remote desktop is not gonna play nice. I did think that if I shut down one of my cameras, well, actually, I thought about not running all my cameras. Because I thought it might be a network bandwidth overrun, I don't think that's what it is, because I started up, didn't I? I think I started it up in the remote desktop before I even started the cameras to serving up, and it wasn't working right, with the other one, with this one that I actually like better. So I thought, well, I don't think the cameras are going to make the difference. Single file. Okay, got to go to my folders, my documents. The Bane 8 info will be fine. Let's see. Add user data. That's pretty short file. Okay. Oh, but that's not the right kind of file. Has to be a PostScript file to do it with this. Wonder if I can convert it or something. Whoops, I couldn't view. Well, there was nothing there to view. Wonder if there's if I had like a fax cover sheet. No, it doesn't come with any cover sheets. I don't have all, that many. Oh, well, I do have the Seagate drive. Documents. Yeah, maybe I'll have a fax cover sheet or something in here. Wow, hit enter. Don't do that in this app. You got to keep using the mouse. Most of the time you can just hit. Can't find. See, I'm used to using the keyboard. There, fax. It should have cover pages. Maybe one of those will work. Nope, there's nothing in there. Welcome fax TIFF. I wonder if it'll send a fax. Any email INI. Okay, we're gonna have to try the TIFF. No, that is what faxes are sent in. Let's hit view. That'll tell me if it's gonna error out or not. I think you can't see it until. Yeah, there's the error. Well, I'll just hit OK. No, don't do that. Let's just move this out of the way. Can't find the PostScript viewer program. Oh, the viewer program. Oh, I need a viewer program. Check your installation and the path environment. So I need a PostScript viewer program. There's not one on this system. Ah. So maybe I don't have to just strictly pick. I might have misunderstood the. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna just try it. This one won't work, but it'll. If it dials, then I'll know. Not a valid PostScript PDF file. Okay. So I need a PostScript PDF file to send it. Okay. What time is it? It should be running, but nothing's happening over here. I don't think that's going to work anyway. And I decided, especially for Mom, I don't want. I'll wait a minute or two more just in case that clock's not the same as the internal clock on this. But it should be. I don't want it running because she wouldn't know what to do with it, and it would just, really throw her off. So I really wouldn't want it running automatically on me either, probably, because then it would pop up right when I don't want to see it. Now my remote desktop is acting up again. Okay. Suppose I could try. I could shut down one of the cameras, but I don't know if it would help. I don't like it when all this, the video don't work right. It's just really bad. But it'd be worse to just, try to use the camera. Okay. I never did. I've got my, I don't need this time thing anymore. Okay. Which camera did I? This is one of my cameras, and I can see it. So I can go here and I can see it, and that's how I'm able to adjust. This is the one behind me, and that's how I'm able to adjust the zoom and the exposure so that you can at least see the colors and that there is some text on the page there. That's the one I kind of use here and there. Let's see now, what is the IP of my other camera? I can find that out in OBS Studio. Let me just go back to that other page. You don't want to stay on those. They will use up your, they'll fill up your cache and your RAM real quick. It's just a stream constantly coming into your machine when you do that. Camera 1, and I can see you see me, but I can see the IP address. 192.168.194.80. Okay, let's go back to the desktop. Oh man, I thought, wait a minute. Did I see both? How did that happen? When I'm on Cam 1, that wireless mic was streaming. Let me go through everything. That is not supposed to happen. Okay. That is. I don't know how it's happened. I seen that happening the other day, and then I thought, I must have just been seeing things. No telling how long it's been happening. It should normally. I'm gonna think maybe OBS is beginning to act up or something. Maybe it needs restarting. Is that doing it too? Let's see. No. Let's see if this one's doing it. No. It normally does not do that. Normally when I hit, maybe I messed it up by hitting, I think once I hit Control 4 by accident. I'm going to go through everything. You're not going to see anything here. I just want to make sure it's not doing that. Once or twice I might have hit that. Maybe that does something crazy. Okay, sorry. This is some exit thing. Okay, I'm glad I happened to notice that. I just happened to look up there and see. That's the horrible echo. I can't stand that for a few seconds, much less. So desktop. What was it? 194? 194.8080. Okay, desktop. Yeah, when I switched over there, I happened to see that double audio meter going. Okay. Now, enough of that fun, huh? 192. Let's just go. Let's go to this one and just change the address to 194. Do it. Should do it. Okay, now. There it is. Now, I don't know what I was wondering is the reason I'm doing this is I can't remember. There's lots of settings in here, but I was wondering, can I stop the oh, that's recording. You can record your stream to the camera with that. You can start it from here remotely. See, this can be used for video surveillance or anything. Lots of different things you can use it for. It's not just a particular. This is an IP webcam app. That's the name of it. It sends your camera from your phone over the gives an IP address and sends it over the Wi-Fi. So you can use it for whatever you got that can receive it. I use VLC, media stream, to get it into OBS Studio, but you can go to the website here and control it. You can take a picture. You can take a focus picture. It'll autofocus for you. You can save to photo storage. Save focus photo. You can have events to turn it on and certain things. I'm going to click on any of this stuff. Circular recording videos and chunks. I'm going into too much detail here. Anyway, you can do motion detection. Use it for like a surveillance cam, or what do you call the other word? Like a surveillance. Anyway, home protection. You can set them up in different places. They can even be, as long as it reaches your Wi-Fi signal, it can be outside. Of course, you can just leave a phone outside. I saw where a guy put like 4 or 5 of them in his yard, and he made little plastic cases. That's what gave me the idea. Project. The guy's blog or something. And he says, I bought these. I've been thinking about it anyway. But the phones, I thought they all cost too much. The phones are getting cheap now. This was a couple of years ago, right before I did mine. And he put them in little plastic boxes to protect them from the rain. He put some solar chargers on there to keep them charged. And I think he was mostly watching the squirrels and little animals in his backyard with them, really. But he'd been using them for a year or two when I saw the project. And he told some updates and motion detection and I don't know what you do with that view areas. You can switch cameras, front and back camera. I did that a while ago, and front camera didn't work. I don't know why. I thought I'd done that before it worked. But you can turn on the flashlight. Autofocus hold. You can hold you can do night vision. You can do it. I saw that a minute ago. Overlay. I don't want you to overlay unless it was like the other camera. That'd be cool. You can overlay both. Like put the other one in a little square up, and like you had a webcam, like you do with webcams. So you could a lot of options on how to watch it. Just plain old browser works for me. That's basically the renderer. I don't have Flash in my browsers anyway. JavaScript will work. And then if you're doing, you can do two-way audio. You can talk to people. You can put one at your front door. I'd like to do that. That'd be cool. But I'm using them for my videos. I was reading on some of the instructions. I just have to see a screenshot. They say that the HTML5 Opus audio works the best because you will get lag. Like say if you use that HTML5 wave, you're going to get lag. The mouth will be moving like the trouble I have. Sometimes it gets real bad when I'm doing videos because I have two separate. Really three. I have the wireless mic as an audio stream. I have this mic as an audio stream, and then I have my camera's as video stream. And I can't ever keep them in perfect sync. Get them somewhat close. They look fairly close right now to me in the preview. But anyway, okay, there's not a way to stop the camera. You can just start and stop the recording. Or not the camera, the IP webcam. I was wondering, can I turn it off from here? That's not one of the options. So if I wanted to turn it off, I'm going to go ahead. Since I've waited a little while, I'm just going to see if this will work. If it's just going to keep giving trouble, I'll try turning off that one on me. That's not, I can do without that one the most. So now it's okay. It may just take like more than 30 seconds or a minute for the cache to get cleaned out in my. I think maybe when I close that connection, I think maybe if my router's working well, it should clean out that cache, all by itself. But the right type of file. Okay. Yeah, this didn't work. At all, so I don't know what it would take to make it work. Actually, I don't want it to be done that way. I realize. I think I'm leaving it that way. But I don't actually want that. Now the more I think about it. Now let's open up and see if I find I don't think I have any kind of PDF, PostScript PDF. Let's see. I guess it might be quicker to K-Write LibreOffice. Let's see if I have some kind of converter. All I have is audio converter. That doesn't mean there's not something to do that would convert. I guess what I really want to do is print it. It's a PDF, but it has to be a PostScript PDF. Let's try that. I do have print to PDF, but I don't know that it uses PostScript PDF. Errors while installing TeamViewer. Let's open that because that was what I was wondering about anyway. Yeah, it's pretty okay. So yeah. I was trying to work on it just like I thought. So this is a OpenOffice ODT file, so it'd be the most likely to be able to print generic printer. Oh. Now how come? I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and install her printer. Because it's not installed. It just has a generic printer. Oh. Because I did it in her screen name. What have I done here? Oh, it's just not working right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to have to try to do something here. So, go to Cam 2, and now I'm going to turn off Cam 1. See, there seems to be a really huge delay on that camera. Sit down and watch myself stand there on the preview for quite a while. So maybe since I'm to this point, maybe I need to reboot everything. Well, since I just did that, we'll go ahead and try for a minute or two here, but I may have to reboot everything to try to ever get back to normal. This may just be the limit. That definitely didn't make any difference right there. Okay, that didn't make any difference without closing that app. Okay, so I'll close it. Give it a second here. That may not be what's going to help me at all. You drink. Well, I'll tell you what, TeamViewer definitely is working better these days. I need to see what server I'm running on that machine. It may be that I picked a server that doesn't work as well as, well, Vino's the one I was used to use. Okay, so here's that file. And I was saying, okay, I'm going to print it. And it's not any better. So the camera didn't make any difference. Yeah, so if I want to, I need to set up the printer in my screen. I mean, I don't need to. I need to test it out. Really, I don't need that until later when I have the machine back. I think what I'll do is just test. I've got it all set up in her. The only thing I haven't done is I was trying to fax last night, but I didn't. I thought, maybe it's not asleep because I could scan with it, but it was. I finally found out. So, see if that'll close. Actually, I'm going to reboot everything so it won't matter. Let's leave that like that. I had more than one instance of it open. How did I do that? That was my problem. I'm a goofball. Somehow. I got myself. Oh, turn around. Look at there. It's working like. Maybe I did that at some point and didn't even realize it. And that was my. I wonder if I did that last night. Errors with TeamViewer. It's working perfectly now. So let's just keep going. Okay. Print. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay, maybe I forgot that. Oh yeah, I kind of vaguely remember closing it and opening it back up. I don't know. I think maybe I had two instances of the same one running. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to close everything. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this video. Close everything down. Let's go ahead and before I go, make sure that I was close. I always like to know that I'm going out on a working stream. I also like to look up and see how long it was. But yeah, I'll just get in her screen name. And I know that thing's asleep by now, so I'll have to go wake it up again. And I'll get everything ready this time. Oh my gosh. I'm doing the. Okay, something's wrong with OBS for sure. Look at there. Two streams again. I think it turned on all on its own because I've checked that. I quadruple checked that. All right. So what I'll need to do then is reboot everything. I don't know how long I've been echoing. I'm sorry. It may have run a video basically. Dadgummit. This isn't usually. Well, I remember a while back that was happening, and I thought, no, it was just me. It wasn't really happening. I just got confused, but it must be tired and not wanting to work right. Well, that's too long of a video, long video anyway. So I'm going to get out. No more fiddling with anything. I'm just going to reboot everything, and then I'll go back to work. All right. Bye-bye.